Good morning. Welcome to The Morning Touch. I'm Dalvin Campbell. The Morning Touch brought to you by Samaritan Touch Homeless Services. We welcome you to Freedom Weekend because there's some things I want you to focus on for these next few minutes. Everybody worries about net worth. They ask themselves, what am I worth? And they look at the giant celebrations of marriages that cost millions, like that of Jeff Bezos and his new wife just the other day, just broadcast across the world. This millionaire gets married to this millionairess, and everybody starts questioning their net worth. Well, I want to share something with you today about net worth. I want to tell you, first of all, that you listening to this channel are worth millions. And I'm not talking about millions of dollars. I'm talking about you are priceless. And the Bible reveals, The Morning Touch brought to you by Samaritan Touch Homeless Services, where we meet the homeless right where they are. The Bible reveals that you are priceless. I want to read for you statement by Jesus in Mark chapter 12, verses 41 through 44. Listen to what Jesus says. And Jesus sat over the treasury, against the treasury, and behold, how the people cast money into the treasury, and how many that were rich cast in much. Underline that. Many that were rich cast in much. And there was a certain poor woman, and she threw in 2 mites, which makes a farthing. And he called unto him his disciples, and he said to them, Verily, I say unto you, that this poor widow hath cast more in than all of those who were rich into the treasury. For all they did cast in of their abundance, but she of her want did cast in all that she had, even all of her living. Listen, you may think right here and right now that you don't count, but I'm here to tell you that you matter. Jesus said you matter. Your 2 cents matters. Your 2 cents counts. So this is a gut check Saturday. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, because we worry too much about our self-worth. How much money we have, how much property we have, the value of who I am in society. But God doesn't look at any of that. Jesus makes it clear that the woman who cast in her 2 mites cast in more than all of the rich. We worry too much about net worth. It's just a gut check. We worry too much about self-worth. People love money. They hoard money. And they believe that their net worth is the key to their success and who they are. Because they've got money, clothes, cars, shoes, purses. They've got plenty. But the Bible speaks of the pursuit of such things. Money and wealth do not make you more holy in the eyes of God. Money and wealth do not make you closer to God. Let me say that again. Money and wealth do not make you more holy. Material things and wealth do not make you more closer to God. Does not mean that God favors you any more or any less. We worry too much about net worth. The Bible speaks to the pursuit of net worth very differently. We need to recast and reset our priorities based on what Jesus says here. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, or where thieves cannot break through and steal." There is a danger in focusing too much on net worth. There's a danger in focusing too much on material wealth and gain and power. None of that lasts. Lay not up for yourselves treasures. Do not be obsessed with money and materials and net worth. Jesus makes it clear in Matthew chapter 16, verse 26. He says, "What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and he loses his soul? And what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" Now granted, the car you're driving, you love it. The house you're living in, you're proud of it. The job you have with the bank account it gives you, you walk with pride and your head up. But none of that means a thing if your priorities and your focus is not where it needs to be. What does it profit you if you gain the whole world and you lose your soul? It is appointed a man once to die, and after this the judgment. When you die, who shall these things be? Read Luke chapter 12. Read Luke chapter 16. Who shall these things be? In Matthew 6:21, Jesus adds, he says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." And in verse 24, he goes on to say, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon, money and riches." Jesus warned us, net worth means nothing. Net worth means nothing outside of the realm of this body and this earth. And in relationship to eternity, net worth has no value. But let me tell you what does. Your soul. God considers your soul priceless. John 3:16. "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." Here's the truth about net worth. If you look at what Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, he writes it very clear that net worth does nothing but bring on pain and heartache. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 10 through 13. He says this, "He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver. He that loveth abundance, not satisfied with abundance. This is also vanity. When goods increase, they are increased to ether. What is good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding to them with their eyes. The laboring of a man is sweet, whether he eat much or little, but abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep. But those riches perish by evil travail. And he begat the Son, and there is nothing left in his hand." Focus. Net worth is vanity, according to Solomon. That's the truth. God says the most valuable thing in the world is your soul. Your soul is priceless. Jesus cares about your soul. Jesus died to give you life because your soul is priceless. He died to free you He died to offer you salvation. He died so that you could have a relationship with God. Winding this down, the most important thing when it comes to net worth is your soul, number one. The second most important thing is that you stay humble and pure in heart. Like the widow, your 2 cents matters. It's the size of your heart, the attitude of your heart. True riches lie with those who understand the value of the heart and what that means to God. The value of the soul and what that means to God. The soul is eternal. All of what you see will perish and be gone one day, but the soul will live forever. May you seek opportunities to enrich the net worth of your soul by building a relationship with God. Stop trying to fit in with the world's definition of self-worth and being rich. Try God, protect your soul, be like the widow, and put your 2 cents in. That's the message this weekend. That's the gut challenge. Where are you in relationship to your priorities and your focus? What shall it profit a man if you gain the whole world and lose your soul? We need to all possess the attitude of the poor widow and seek out an honest heart, a sincere heart that yearns for a relationship, like a deer to water, a relationship with God. Enrich your soul this weekend. Fill your spirit with what it takes to have a successful, strong, growing relationship with God, and then live it out. Live it out. Set your mind on things above, not on things of this earth. Colossians chapter 3, verse 2. The Morning Touch, brought to you by Samaritan Touch Homeless Services. Do you believe today? It's important. Net worth means nothing. Your soul is priceless. God bless you. God keep you. We'll see you again next time on The Morning Touch. Take care.